So I confronted Jake, he said without preamble. Yesterday morning. Asked him straight out how long he and Sarah had been together. He tried to deny it at first, but I told him I saw them at the restaurant. That you had seen them. Jake broke down. Told me everything. It started 8 months ago, Marcus continued. 2 months before Sarah and I broke up. They were working on some project together, staying late at the office. One thing led to another. He said it was just supposed to be a one-time thing, but then it kept happening. My stomach twisted. So when Sarah told you that you felt like roommates. I was working late every night trying to build our business while she was falling in love with my best friend, Marcus finished. That is exactly what happened. I reached across the table and took his hand. Marcus, I am so sorry. What are you going to do about the business? He squeezed my fingers. That is the worst part. We have 3 major clients, 2 employees, and this huge presentation on Monday that could change everything for us. I cannot just walk away. But I do not know how to work with someone who betrayed me like this. We sat in silence for a while, both of us thinking about how messy and complicated everything had become. Then Marcus looked at me with those beautiful brown eyes and said something I will never forget. You know what the crazy thing is? He said. I am not even angry about Sarah anymore. I mean, yeah, it hurts to know she was cheating. But we were not right for each other anyway. I think I knew that even then. But Jake. Jake was my best friend. He was the best man at my sister's wedding. I trusted him with my business, my dreams, my future. And he looked me in the eye every day for 8 months while he was sleeping with my girlfriend. That is the betrayal that I cannot get past. I did not know what to say to that. How do you comfort someone whose entire foundation has been rocked like that? So I just held his hand and listened. We ended up talking for hours again. About trust, about friendship, about what happens when the people closest to you let you down. And somewhere in that conversation, something shifted between us. Maybe it was because we had been through something intense together. Maybe it was because I had proven that I would tell him the truth even when it was hard. But by the time we left the coffee shop, it felt like we had moved past the awkwardness of the restaurant disaster. We had our 3rd date the next weekend. And our 4th the weekend after that. As for Jake and the business, Marcus handled it with more grace than I would have. He bought Jake out, took over full control of the company, and landed that big client all on his own. Jake and Sarah moved to California a month later. I heard they got engaged 6 months after that. Marcus and I have been together for 2 years now. We moved in together last fall and he proposed 3 months ago. I said yes immediately. Because I learned something that night at Guard and Grace. I learned that the right person will thank you for telling them the hard truth instead of hating you for it. That honesty, even when it is painful, is the foundation of everything real. And I learned that sometimes the worst second date ever can lead to the best relationship of your life. People ask me sometimes if I regret telling Marcus about Sarah and Jake. If I think I should have minded my own business. But I do not regret it for a second. Because Marcus deserved to know who his real friends were. He deserved to know that the woman he was mourning had never really been his. And he deserved the chance to build something real with someone who would never betray him like that. I need a minute with that one. Here is my take. This was not just about Marcus having a right to know. This was about basic human decency. Sarah and Jake were not just having an affair, they were actively destroying Marcus financially and emotionally while smiling in his face every day. That goes beyond cheating into straight-up evil territory. Was she right to tell Marcus the truth on their second date? Team Truth or Team Mind Your Business? Fight it out in the comments. And if you want to know what happened when Jake tried to win back the business 6 months later, that drops soon. Subscribe. I am Alex. See you in the next one. Was she right to tell Marcus about Jake and Sarah on their second date? I want to see the comments blow up on this one. And listen, I actually got a follow-up from this person. What happened after? You are going to want to hear it. That story drops soon. If you are not subscribed, now is the time. I am Alex, this is Unraveled Stories, and I will see you in the next one.